Living in a post-Soviet country is a complex experience. I remember my childhood in the late 90s and early 2000s. Back then, power outages were a daily reality in my hometown. Electricity would be gone for most of the day, and by evening, everything was swallowed by darkness. Candles became one of the most essential items in every household, lining the shelves of every market. When you spend hours reading, playing, or simply sitting in front of a candle, you start to notice fascinating details, the way shadows move, stretch, and shift, and how, with just a slight movement, you can control them. And then you grow up. You find cinema. And suddenly, those childhood nights spent watching flickering shadows take on a new meaning. You realize how deeply those moments shaped your understanding of light and darkness, and how essential they are.
What was the most difficult and challenging thing about directing a film?
Before there were stories, before there were words, there was light. And there was shadow. Light reveals, shadow conceals. And between them, cinema breathes. Every great film, every unforgettable frame is a conversation between illumination and darkness. A silent language that speaks in glows and voids, whispers and screams. Light is warmth, it's intimacy, it's nostalgia, it's the golden haze of a childhood memory, the soft glow of a lover's gaze. Cinematographers like Terrence Malick paint in gold, light as an embrace. But light can also be distant, isolating, the cold fluorescence of an empty corridor, the unforgiving glare of interrogation, the way Kubrick bathes his worlds in sterile brightness, exposing everything, leaving nowhere to hide. Sometimes light is selective. It draws our gaze where it wants. A single red coat in a sea of gray, a lone spotlight on a broken dreamer. Light is choice. Light is storytelling. But what is light without shadow? Shadow is mystery. It is what we cannot see. It is what lurks behind the curtain, the unseen horror, the whispered threat. Film noir knew this well, the slatted blinds casting fractured truths across a detective's face. Shadows tell us not all is revealed. Some stories are best told in the dark. Fear lives in the absence of light, the shadow that moves when no one does. The unknown creeping into the frame. The genius of horror isn't just what it shows, it's what it hides. But true poetry lies in contrast, light and shadow, dancing together, pulling apart, meeting again. A single shaft of light breaking through darkness. A lone silhouette swallowed by white. Cinema is light, cinema is shadow. And in the space between, cinema is poetry. Watch the light, feel the shadow, and in between, find the story.